Today I'm going to explain with a little bit more detail the quarter one project and how you complete it. First, you should have gone into Schoology, gone into week 9, which is the white folder, gone all the way to the bottom and clicked on the quarter one project. That will open up the document on the right here. This particular document has a link to open up this. This is the template. You should use this as an example of how to create your own. In fact, if you make a copy of it, you could replace all of the information I already have in there. First thing you want to do is listed right here. It says create a newspaper title. A title of a newspaper usually follows a pattern with words like today, times, news, post, and journal. You should put that here. I've got one that says example times. Obviously, you shouldn't have that name. You should change your own. The second line here is if you want, you can create kind of like a catchphrase. It could be a funny or a cool or a quirky catchphrase for it. After that, you should change the date to the day that it's due, which is this Friday, and according to our calendar, that means it's going to be due on the 4th. Next thing you would want to do is change the price to anything you think is acceptable. After that, it's got something about a headline. The headline is the most exciting story. So it's like a brief summary that's really interesting about the most exciting story you're going to be writing about. You put that there. You replace the words headline with yours. Now, what we're going to talk about today are two things. Number one, your headline article, and number two, we'll also talk about adding in your comic or illustration. So for the headline, it's like I said, kind of a quick way to summarize your most exciting story. It could be 6th graders terrorize 5th graders with horror stories, because that's something that we did in class. So you would put that here. And then if you look down below, it has a 3-segmented table. This table fills out the way a newspaper fills out because they read bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top. They don't go left all the way to the right. That won't make sense. Newspapers don't read that way. They read in columns. Your first article, like I said, is your most exciting one, and it should be, according to this, 4 to 6 paragraphs with good punctuation, spelling, capitalization, etc. So you've got your headline, and now you're going to put the title of your most exciting article here. Right here is the byline. You just write by and then your name. So if your name is by John Smith, you'd say by John Smith right there. Then you start writing about your exciting article. If it's going to keep going past this, then you start it here. If it's going to keep going past here, then you start going here. If it's for some reason even longer than that, and you've got to continue to go, you could always copy this table with Control-C after selecting it, and then pushing Control-V to paste a new one. Now you've got an identical copy of it, and you can continue it here. You only need 2 articles. One is an editorial, and one is the exciting article I've been talking about. Even though in the example there's 3, that's just because this is example text. You only need 2. Once more, the first one is your exciting article. The second one is the article about an opinion-based piece. Today we're going to focus just on the exciting article.